Okay, so here we are in the rain at Shell Access Point. Going on to Farm Lake and heading up to Booth for the weekend.
I guess those are compost toilets?
They say please use the compost. Yeah, so the trees are all really gorgeous right now. So, alright, so there's the canoes on the truck, and yeah, so we'll get unpacked and we'll head onto the water. It's only supposed to rain today, so we should have nice weather tomorrow and the following day. It's gonna be a good trip anyway. Do some fishing for some pike and bass. Trout are out of season, but yeah, it's gonna be a good last trip of the year. Okay, so just unloaded the truck. Light rain right now. We're on Farm Lake, headed towards our portage, and off towards Booth for the weekend. It's Thanksgiving 2019, and like I said earlier, we're going to be doing some fishing for some pike and some bass. Pretty much the only thing in the season. But, yeah. So I brought some different cameras this time. Maybe I'll get to use them. I brought a night vision trail cam, see if we can get some action during the night. And I also brought a tiny little drone with a 720p camera. And yeah, not very good at flying, so let's hope I don't leave it in Algonquin Park. But we'll see how it goes. Just got to our first portage here. Tiny little, I think it's a 60 into kitty. And yeah, bit of a muddy take out, but all in all, not too bad. So, oh, it's only a 5:50 to Booth. That's better news. Maybe we'll either stop here, have a little snack, maybe a coffee, or on the other side. But this is pretty nice. A little babbling brook right now. Like I said, thinking that at high water, these are probably a little bit more rapidy. Okay, so just started the portage to Booth. Sign says 5:50, but Jeff's maps says 6:45. So yeah, so it's me and John on this trip. We were supposed to have two of our friends with us, Mike and Rob, but they were both sick, and seeing as how it's a little rainy, even though they were starting to get better, they decided they were going to skip the weekend and stay at home and rest. So really open portage so far. I actually watched before coming here Tumblehome's trip to Booth, and just to try and get an idea, because this is our first time here, first time at shell access. First time the booth, so it's all new to us. And yeah, looks nice. So we're on Booth Lake now. The water is just super calm. So we're getting into at the end of the portage. A couple guys over at to put in, and they're here too for the weekend fishing pike. And they're staying on Tatler towards the end of Booth. We're on Booth, like I said earlier, for 2 nights. So it'd be nice to just chill out, because our trips are usually a little bit more travel oriented. But yeah, we're gonna chill out. Nice looking lake so far. John's got his line in the water already. I don't know what he's got on there. Probably
If I talk loud enough, you'll be able to hear me at Mark's video.
So anyway, yeah, that's nice. Looks good. Okay, well, I'm gonna try and save a bit of my battery. My other batteries are backed up in my bag, but yeah. So I'm gonna try and remember this trip to speak up a little bit to the camera, because I notice when I'm editing and when I put stuff up, sometimes the voice is really low. But see if I can get something worthy of showing you guys. It's a little redundant. I know my videos sometimes me talking to the camera and saying how nice it is out here and everything else, but I mean, once you get out here, you actually if you've never been here before, you kind of see what I'm talking about. My wife would like to join me on one trip, and honestly this trip here so far, other than it being rainy, the portages were really easy. So I mean, anybody that would want to try this for the first time, I'd highly suggest just go in and shawl and just come in a booth. I mean, you can probably even go a little bit further. I don't know what those portages are like, but the 2 we did were really easy, really flat, nothing crazy. So I mean, if it does interest you to try something like this, just try it. Me and John, 2015 or so, did our first trip, and it was just something that we decided we wanted to do, both of us, over a game of pool one day at his house. So yeah, just do it. We've been doing it ever since. Every year we try and go a little bit more and a little bit more. We made the investment in our gear, so even when we're a little bit older and with all our old ailments, we'll still be able to enjoy this and do it. So hey, I'll get back to you if I get a fish. If not, I'll see you at camp. Alright, so we're at the campsite on Booth Lake. A little beach down there. Little steps coming up this way. And we're setting up the tarp because it's supposed to rain for maybe an hour and a half still. So we're gonna go. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, so anyway, so we're gonna set up, well, we have this tarp set up. We're gonna have some soup and set up the hammocks and check out the camp a little bit. They got little paths leading off in every direction. So yeah, we'll find the thunderbox and see where the other ones lead. kitchen over here. The waves are quite a difference from when we got here. Super calm when we paddled in, and right after we'd done setting up our hammocks, the wind picked up and the waves picked up, and so now we're just kind of hunkered down behind the tarp there, make it a bit of a wind block. Both me and John have our tarps set up with the doors closed towards the water. And, yeah, so hopefully the wind will die down, maybe just, you know, when it starts to get dark a little bit, we'll go fishing. Okay, so me and John are just gonna actually, our campsite links to the next one, and we're gonna walk down to that one, and then there's a portage trail right off that. We're just gonna walk up because the campsite is, we're pretty much windbound right now. We can't fish, we can't really do anything. We're stuck behind the tarp, so figured we'd walk down, check it out. And I mean, at the end of that portage, you can't fish there anyway, so I mean, bringing the boats up, we'd have to go all the way to the Opeongo River and down to actually fish. Do a couple of more portages after this one, but anyway, we'll see what it's like. Okay, so we walked down to the other campsite, and we were assuming that the portage was right at the end. There's actually these stairs that lead up, but I came down and the portage is actually right beside the entrance to the campsite, which is over here. And there's another trail. I don't know if it leads back up top to where we just were, but we're about to find out. Hey, so we're at the end of the portage trail. Actually, it felt a lot longer than it's written on the map. We've done 2K before with the gear, but I think it was just the fact that we were casually walking made it seem like it was further. Yeah, in sandals. And neither one of us wanted to put back on our wet shoes, so yeah, nice little, wide open though, super clear. Nice little lake. So, sun is peeking its way through here. This feels nice. We're coming through the tarp, and when we got back from our hike, it was pretty windy still. Wind seems to be dying down too, so that's nice. So we're actually cooking up our supper right now. John's having my dehydrated spaghetti sauce with bow tie noodles, and I am having just Mountain House stew, beef stew. I'm saving my spaghetti for tomorrow. But yeah, it's looks nice. So I was just telling John that I'm gonna do I'm just gonna burn through a GoPro battery later and just gonna do a time lapse of the sunset and see what I get out of it. But no, it's nice. Got my shoes out on the log here, drying out. So yeah. Okay, so Sunday morning on Booth Lake. I slept really well last night. It was very warm in my hammock. Got down to about freezing, but it was nice, nice and warm. So woke up this morning and there was a bit of a mist on the lake, but I decided to make my coffee. And John's down throwing a couple of lines. Probably just gonna have some coffee and some breakfast and head out across and do some fishing in the boat down towards a series of little portages to little places we can fish that have pike and bass. So we'll see. One of us can't hook up a fish. Okay, so we did our breakfast. I just had coffee. I'm gonna bring some snacks for during the day, some power bars and stuff like that. But anyway, last night I set up a trail cam over off to the side where there's 2 game trails. I don't know if we got anything. I didn't hear anything coming to camp. But while we're gone fishing, I'm just gonna leave it on. And, maybe catch something. You never know. So anyway, Booth is pretty quiet. So we're just gonna go across, fish over there, and then go down towards Tatler, and then there's supposed to be fish down there, and then there's portaging up to other lakes that have fish. So we'll head out soon, and hopefully we'll get something, and then come back and make some lunch, maybe fish. You never know. Try pike for the first time. Had to watch a video on how to fillet it without bones, but that's what YouTube is for, to learn things right. Okay, so we're in this little bay here, right beside Tatley, and we're seeing all kinds of pike in the water. I saw a 24-incher, and at least 30, 32-inch, big, very girthy. But John just had one spit out he's using a Texas rig, and he saw the fish hit and spit it out like right away. But yeah, they're definitely here. I just got to see what they want. I'm gonna, you see one, you try and lay down your lure in front of its mouth, but kind of spooks them most of the time. So. Hopefully we can get one of these suckers. I have a Len Thompson on right now. I'm thinking I might switch it up to a Williams Wobbler. Has a little bit more action. Pike are usually pretty aggressive, but they look like they're just out for a morning swim right now. Like I said, you can see them through the water. It's probably about 8 feet deep, so we can see perfectly to the bottom with the polarized lenses, but can't get one, not yet. So we've had a lot of followers, we've had a lot of interest in lures, but they don't seem aggressive. So I gotta try and find something that's gonna agitate them. So I threw on a little chatterbait, and we'll see if we can't stir these guys up a little bit. But yeah, they follow, and you kind of jiggle your lure beside the boat a little bit, and they kind of stare at it. John actually had a couple that took his lure and spit it out like instantly. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe they're just not aggressive enough right now, or we're not throwing the right thing. Well, we haven't had any luck with the fish at all. There was the three younger guys fishing. They said towards the end where we were before, and they hooked into probably about a 7 or 8 pounder. But he said that the fish didn't go for it. It looked like he kind of dragged over the top and got it that way. They had gotten a couple of smaller ones, maybe 16 inches earlier. Nothing crazy, but me and John can't seem to hook up anything. Like I said, we had a lot of followers earlier, but nothing was really hitting. So anyway, so we walked down to the end of the beach over here, and we saw some moose tracks. It looks like a mother and baby, and we actually heard a baby moose last night, so maybe that was the one we heard. It looks like they came out of the marsh towards the end of the beach and into the water. I don't know if I got anything on the trail cam, but like I said, we didn't really hear anything last night. Unfortunately, it's too windy to attempt to fly my drone here. We have the wind coming through our campsite this way, and once you get down to the beach, it's really, really windy. But I mean, the sun is shining, and water calmed down a little bit, so we're just gorgeous out here. Obviously, leaves changing colors and whatnot. So I'll walk you around our camp a little bit. These stairs here lead to the beach, which is the put-in. Our boats are there. John's Swift Quaden 14 and my Osprey 15 solo. The other campsite's down towards that way, so you can actually just walk to it there or through the trail up there. And down that way, that's where you pretty much get into the opening of the booth. We're towards the north right now, so it's a little weedy down there, so John threw on a weedless, looks like a weedless crawfish. So he's going to try and fish the weeds over there, but the wind's really whipping through pretty good. So anyway, so you have this little staircase, rocks and logs, into this opening over here. You got the fire pit. John has his hammock set up over there. Like I said yesterday, we have our windbreak tarp right there. We used it a little bit for the rain. Didn't rain much yesterday, but I have my hammock set up over here on the trail. And I'm debating maybe I'll set up a trail cam. It looks like a game trail here. I walked down as far as it can, and it just looks like a game trail, so I might set it up in here. Thunderbox is back that way. A little kitchen over here. Got some hooks for some pots, a little counter. Somewhat of a windbreak made out of driftwood and plywood. But a nice campsite, definitely a nice campsite. So a lot of the campsites we saw on the way up to this one, looks like people really worked on them a lot, building furniture and tables and shelves and all kinds of stuff. So you can tell that it's not a big trek to get in here. I'm assuming, the younger guys had a cooler with them, so it's not difficult to get in here. Like I said, the little tiny portage into Kitty, and then the 670 into booth itself. But yeah, at least we got some nice weather today, so that's good. Not crazy wind. Like I said, yesterday it was whipping through here, but today it's tolerable. So anyway, maybe with John we'll hook up a pike down towards the end there. Anyways, heading back down towards the portage to Kitty, and yeah, like I said earlier, we had a good weekend. Even if you can get out here just for a day, just for a hike or something, see the colors in the fall, it's well worth the drive. So 4.5 hours back to the back home, and then do some work around the house, and back at the hustle and bustle of life tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so we're starting the portage from Booth Lake to Kitty. It's pretty flat all the way through. It's like a 640. So we didn't see any wildlife really this weekend. No fish, but we had a good time anyway. Just gotta enjoy the time. You can get away from everything. So, all right. Well, this is the last little clip for this video, and also the last little clip of the 2019 canoe season. So, thanks for those that did watch my video, or that do watch it in the future. We had a good year. Went on a lot of trips. We also did a lot of camping with our trailers, which was fun too. But yeah, maybe we'll get out this winter, do a snowshoe hike or something, and film that. But other than that, probably see you in 2020.